Hey there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I'm bringing you a message all based on what's going on in my life, always. But also, I had an awesome coaching session this morning with my coach. And just had some kind of moments of insight that were really amazingly valuable. And I want to share that with you guys today. And it is exactly why my message for you guys today is that I don't care who they are. Nobody is, deserving of you sacrificing your truth for or who you really are for. And I have been given this test in my life all my life, like since ever from the beginning of time for me. I feel like this has been the lesson for me constantly in my relationships, no matter whether they are, family relationships or friendships or intimate relationships, whatever they are, even business relationships, and definitely when I worked in the corporate arena, and you name it, like you name the relationship has probably been the lesson that I was learning at the time. This is it. It is really that no one is deserving enough for you to sacrifice your truth for. And I really want this one to hit the hell home. First and foremost for myself. And anyway, why this is super important is because we're getting through our lives and we are just molding ourselves to what other expectations are from everybody else. We are deciding who we need to be in order to gain that love, that approval, that acceptance, that whatever. But at the end of the day, take it from somebody who's walked that path way too many times. When you do that, and you get your result of being liked, loved, accepted, approved of, whatever, for not being who you are, all you're really doing is simultaneously reinforcing to the self that you as yourself, as the real you, is not good enough and you're not lovable as you are. So, you might think that you're gaining something by gaining somebody else's love, acceptance, or approval, but at the end of the day, it is costing you your self-belief, your self-love, your acceptance, and your self-approval. You're doing the opposite, and it is costing you dearly. And, just what I had to go kind of through in this coaching session this morning was that ultimately I needed to decide what was happening with a particular relationship in my life. And my coach was just pretty straightforward and simple about it. And you guys would have heard this question before or this saying before. But he simply asked me, is it on your way or is it in your way? And that just is such a simple way of looking at things. And it might be nothing new to you, but sometimes, what we know, we don't have at the forefront of our mind as we actually need it in our lives. And so to have somebody to kind of reflect that back to you at different times, was super valuable for me. I'm hoping that it has the same valuable impact on you with whatever you are currently faced with. But also, whenever we are in a relationship dynamic challenge, we actually need to look at ourselves, because the first thing that we end up doing is we end up playing the victim and judging another person for what they're doing wrong, because we can see that so easily, instead of going, okay, well, I can see obviously what they're doing wrong and how this is not working, but we also have to take an empowered stance and ask ourselves, what is my contribution to this dynamic? Because any relationship dynamic is a third entity. It's not just them and it's not just you. It's the combination, the co-creation of what you guys are coming up with, that you need to look at what your influence, what your input is into that certain dynamic. And let me give you the example from my own life. So for me with this relationship, when my coach asked me, is it on your way or in your way? And I thought to myself, well, it's absolutely in my way, and what that means is, what is my clarity of vision? It's getting clear on that. So I want to say to you, if you have a decision to make that's a pretty intense decision that you need to make in your life, and you don't have clarity over where you want to get to, you're going to have a really difficult time as to deciphering whether that relationship or that decision that you're making is on your way or in your way if you don't know where the hell you're going, right? So in my past, when I had no real clarity of vision, I was just living in the moment and whatever felt good, it was very hard for me to decide whether a relationship was on my way or in my way, because they were my way. My relationship was my number one, be all, end all, everything. And when you're in that kind of dynamic where your relationship is your everything, when you get confronted with a question to make a decision, is it on my way or in my way? It's both. It's on my way, it's in my way, it's there, it's everything, it's right here, it's right now. And so you don't choose to, move in another direction because it's the everything and it's all connected, right? And so over this last year, as you guys know, as I've said 2 million billion times, I've taken that time out for me to focus on developing myself, my relationship with myself, getting clearer on my mission, and absolutely going to town with it with excellence. And for me, this is my absolute baby. This is my everything. Like, it is all of my values wrapped up into one. It is why I love what I do and do what I love, because it is all my highest priorities. Everything that really creates depth of connection and meaning in my life comes in the form of this mission that I'm on. And the challenge that I can oftentimes have is that if I end in relationship, in any form of relationship with somebody who is not on or not connected, to my mission that I'm on, not in alignment with where I'm going with my highest values, they can oftentimes feel second to my mission and what I'm trying to do and my team and my community and everything that I'm trying to build. And when that conflict comes up into play, my past self, because I didn't have enough clarity over my mission and my vision, and everything was tied up in my intimate relationships. I just had to sacrifice everything in terms of my mission for this person so that they weren't threatened by it, so that they knew they were my number one and only and all this sort of stuff. But it came at the sacrifice of my truth, and I wasn't even consciously really aware of this until now, and based on past and reflection. But where I'm at right now is such at a higher level of self-awareness. And I know I've got so far to go. It's always evolving, always growing. But where I'm at now, I have such clarity of vision and connection to my purpose, to my mission, to what inspires me, right down in my soul, and that is what I'm on. And that is why I am so grateful for the community that is building around this mission, for all of you guys out there, and my team who I got to connect with again yesterday. You guys, I really hope you know genuinely how immensely grateful I am to have you guys in my life. And that is because you guys are absolutely on my way, not at all in my way. And that is a new dynamic at play over this last year in my life. But I'm still being presented with challenges in my life in some of my relationships where I'm still learning that lesson. I'm still trying to navigate that. And what I do believe is that even if I share different values to you, and if we decide we want to choose to be in some form of relationship, we have to go to the effort of linking what is valuable to me with what's valuable to you, so that we can get to a point where you want to encourage me to live fully in my values and I want to encourage you to live in your highest values, even if they're not the same, because we can see so easily that when you live in your values and I live in my values, we actually are at service to one another. We actually make it easier for the other to live within their highest values. And that to me is true authenticity and fulfillment. And if you can't create that kind of dynamic, like, it's way easier if your values are like just totally aligned on the get-go, right? But if your values are totally misaligned at the get-go, but there's some form of common ground or attraction or whatever it is, and you want to make it work, you absolutely can. You got to go to town and make the effort and actually go through a process of linking those highest values. Yeah, at the end of the day, you can make that happen. But what I'm currently going through in my life is I feel like that's been trying to happen for so many times, and there's some childish kind of patterns going on in this dynamic that I've just kind of reached breaking point for. And for me, as soon as poor treatment comes into the equation, no deal. You know, no deal. You can always trust another person's intent. You can trust that they're not intentionally trying to hurt you. You can trust they're another human being just trapped in their own fears. But when behavior is poor, when treatment is poor, there ain't no excuse for it. You've got to always be able to question people's poor behavior and poor treatment. And if it happens consistently, why are you there? You know, if it's on the way more than it's in the way, and you can see that you've been trying for a period of time to make those shifts, to grow and evolve, and it's just not working out, where words and actions are just not in alignment, and you really feel like you've given it a go, you must be willing to walk away from something. If it's not serving you, it's definitely not serving them. So don't take the high horse and think that you don't want to upset them, you don't want to let them down, you don't want to hurt them. You're hurting them more by staying in a dynamic that is not working for you, and guaranteed it's not working for them. A healthy dynamic is where we find a fair value exchange, where, you know, it's just as valuable for me as it is for you. And in fact, what we create when we get together is so enhanced to what we could create on our own that it is so worthwhile. And I'm so appreciative. We're so appreciative and grateful to have this dynamic at play. And we're called to grow it and evolve it. And we're not, it's not a have to, it's a get to. You know, that's the kind of dynamic that we are all absolutely capable of. And be willing to have less quantity so that you can have a greater quality in your relationship, all of the dynamics. You know, I don't care who they are, no one is worth sacrificing who you are for. That's my message for you guys today, and I really definitely hope that today's message has hit home for you. I hope that it has empowered you, and I hope that you know that, you know, whatever is the most self-loving thing for you to do, which is coming from a place of love, not fear, it's always going to be the best thing for everybody else surrounding you. So let me check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me. Have you got any questions? Have you got any comments? Have you got any feedback for me? I would love to connect with you guys and check out what's going on in your world. So I have got Sam's in the house. Yay, I love seeing you every day, my friend. And Andre and Ramon and Hyungal and Navnit is here as well. And Hiroshan and Ashley's here. And Sam, thank you so much for your kind compliments as always, my friend. And Sergio and Ray is here, and Oscars. Yay! I love getting to see you live. The timing must be good for you, or you're up late, or something crazy's happening. But Tomaken is here as well, and Natalie's here, and Moyne. Great to see you guys. And Bina, superb. Can I speak? Teaching. All the best for brighter future. Thank you so much, Bina. I'm grateful that you're finding value in today's message, and I love having you here. And hello to you, Moyne. And Jodie's here, and Jamie. Awesome to see you guys. And Sida and Slogan and Philippe is here. Awesome to see all of you guys here. I love it. And Sam, relationships are so fluid, you can never predict with certainty. So true. And you know what? You're going to have the ups, you're going to have the downs. You've got to be able to navigate. Where's that kind of happy medium between the order and the chaos, you know, the support, the challenge, the certainty, the uncertainty, you know? But, you know, we've got to have a way. It's never just this black or white. It's always gray when it comes to relationships. So you've got to learn through experience to trust yourself and your judgment. Give people the benefit of the doubt and communicate. Nobody is a mind reader. That should be just like tagline. Like, it's just something I say, I think, every single day for you guys. But it's so true. And I loved your words of wisdom there, Sam. Thank you, my friend. And Billy's here. Awesome. And Ram and Julie and Max and Sam, great coach you got. Absolutely. I love having a coach in your corner, whether they're a friend, whether they're a coach. We all need them. You know, we all have blind spots, no matter who you are and who you think you know, how far evolved you think you are. Absolutely, coaches or anybody in your life that you can put your trust in, absolutely is so immensely valuable to call you out in those blind spots so that you can grow and evolve. So I love that. Absolutely, Sam. And Carl's here. And Jared, awesome to see you. And Sam, what kind of relationships give you lots of sensations, challenges, growth, business, family, friendship, partnership, or intimate? All of them, Sam. You know, absolutely. Every single relationship, you know, has a different role, has a different element that it adds to your life. And in my past, I had definitely fallen into the trap of thinking my intimate relationship is just like the be all end all, and putting all my focus, energy, attention, and effort and everything into that intimate relationship at the expense of all my other relationships, including my family relationships, my friendships, you know, all those other sort of elements. So based on my experience so far in this world, I like to think that every single one of those relationships has the capacity and the ability to reach the extraordinary. Nothing has to stay ordinary, and I do believe that they contribute different aspects to you in their different forms. You know, what your relationship with your mum gives you is very, very different to what your intimate partner gives you, and also, you know, somebody who connect really well in the business realm with, you know, they give you something different. So we have to understand that when we put all of our time, energy, and effort into just one relationship, we're setting it up for failure, because they can't provide everything that all those different connections and relationships can provide for you, but they do offer something beautiful and unique and truly special. So, you know, you've got to go to town with all of them and learn to appreciate every single relationship dynamic that you have to play with. So, hope that answered your question, Sam. And Stevie's here as well. And Nick, I nailed it. Thank you, my friend. I love having you here and grateful that today's message resonated. And Sam, yes, we had an amazing and beautiful reunion. Can't wait for next month. Me either. Absolutely. God, I love you guys. You give me so much energy. And Charlotte's here. And Sam, when you say poor behavior, what do you mean? Please give examples. Thank you. Of course. I love giving examples. So, examples are, you know, when we take out our negative energy or our fears or insecurities on another person. That might come in an attack, a verbal attack, a written attack, a physical attack, whatever it is. When we take out, you know, our negative energies on the external people, when we handball the responsibility for the results in our lives to them, when we put ourselves in the victim mode and place them in the perpetrator mode, whatever it is. So, you know, for me, for instance, I just had, you know, a person in my life just kind of attack me in some messages, like just kind of low blows that just, you know, I know it's coming from their own fears and insecurities. And I also see the value from it, because I have a weird way that whenever I'm dished out any sort of criticism or judgment, I'm like, oh, okay, awesome opportunity here. What? Because there's always an element of truth. No matter where it's coming from, there's always some element of truth that could be potentially a blind spot for you to actually, you know, work out, you know, and grow yourself from. So I'm always working in balance. So like, even though, you know, I don't like the treatment, it also adds value to me, and I've taken some value from what this person has said to me. Absolutely. So it definitely, you know, sometimes that's my struggle, is that I see the benefits and the drawbacks like so quickly, that, you know, can keep you in a dynamic that at some stage you have to just determine whether it's healthy for you or not. And that's what my coach said to me. Is it on your way or in your way? Simple. You know, it's actually become in my way. And I've had multiple experiences so far to see that, to prove that. And I've given it a lot of opportunity to not be that, to be actually the opposite and be totally in the way. It's just not working out. So at some point we have to make a decision what to do with that. But yeah, poor behavior is just anything operating from the realm of fear and insecurity projected onto you. You don't deserve ever to be treated poorly. And we get into this trap of making excuses for people, which actually just keeps them victimized. And it sends a message to them that they have the, go for it, treat me this way. Because we have to remember that we train others how to treat us. So have some self-respect, give them love, know that people operate that way when they're trapped in their own fears and insecurities, but always question behavior and say, that's just not on. You don't get to treat me like that, but hey, here's how I want to support you because I know you're challenged and I'm your friend, or I'm your lover, or I'm your daughter, or whatever you are to that person, Always question behavior. But really try your best to trust intent with the people that you're in relationship with. Nobody's really trying to hurt you. I'm hoping you're not in relationship with the complete psychopath. We just get caught in our own fears, and we know what's right and what's wrong and how to behave, and we beat ourselves up when we behave poorly. But at the end of the day, you just can't let people just get away with that poor treatment. Question it, but give them what they need. Help and support them with that from a loving place. But yeah, poor behavior, just not on. But you've got to address it. So hope that answered your question there, Sam. And Stevie, good morning from the UK. I love it. Good afternoon from Australia. And Kadri's here. And Sida, you are totally in agreement. I love that. Love hearing that. And Amen's here. And Ian. Was just going through the exact words on your topic today. Thank you for the reminder. Ian, I love that. We're in sync. And thank you for being here. And Miguel, hello to you, my friend. And Patrick's here. And Hiroshin, thank you for sharing your true, beautiful thoughts. Wish you a fabulous day. Oh, you are so kind, Hiroshin. I'm grateful that me sharing my thoughts has added value to you, and I'm wishing you a fabulous day as well. And Sam, love how you're on top of waves. You rock, superstar. Thank you so much, Sam. I always appreciate you and your support, always. Thank you, my friend. And Matthew's here, and Kadek, and Dilly's here as well, and Daryl, and Moises, and Vipin, and Sumit, and Pankaj is here, and Victoria's in the house. I love it. And Moises, hello, beautiful lady. How are you? I saw you with your gym wear, and you look very beautiful. You impressed me. Would you marry me? Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Moises. I really appreciate your kind compliments. And I'm grateful that I impressed you in some sort of way, and sending you so much love. You definitely, I appreciate the compliment. Absolutely, Moises, and always appreciate having you live. And Pankaj, keep it up. Thank you, my friend. So appreciate the encouragement. And Sam, it looks like there's codependence with this person. Maybe that's why you're keeping the circle of being in the way. Yes, absolutely. We repeat different patterns in our lives, and I can definitely see some little patterns there. And whenever we see a repetitive pattern in our life, we can guarantee that we haven't quite learnt the lesson, and we're being given the opportunity to, hey, do you want to actually learn this lesson now, or you want to get to the next level of this lesson? And that's why whatever is challenging you, absolutely appreciate. It is there. It is there for a reason and a purpose that serves you. Learn the lesson so you don't have to repeat the patterns. And last little comments, Oscar, hello to you, and Moises, thank you, my friend, and Bradley's here as well. Everybody just joining me, I really hope that you're going to catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message, because I'm just about to sign off. Really hope that today's message has resonated with you and served you, definitely empowered you. And like I said, I don't care who they are. No one is worth sacrificing who you are for, okay? And Dilly, dynamic voice. Thank you. I'm grateful you like it and it's not annoying. So that is good to know. And if you're not part of the masterclasses, the link is always above. I can't wait to have you guys in there. I've got the second monthly masterclass coming up on the 11th of July. Can't wait to share that with you and some new exciting little things happening. And as soon as you sign up, you get access straight away to the June monthly masterclass, which was super amazing and in depth, and people are rocking and rolling with it. And thank you so much, Sam. So grateful that today's message was inspiring to you. You're a superstar. And I am, as always, sending all of you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I really hope it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And I really hope that today's message has served you. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. And you're so welcome, Ian. Thank you so much for the love. Much love.